What's good, y'all? Sergio's collection here. Man, it's been a pretty long week, moving and packing up stuff, and so just randomly wanted to record a video. I usually don't show off many of my purchases, and I'm terrible at social media, so just felt like, why not? Let's show off this big purchase that I recently got a few weeks back. So, now I'm at the point where I'm not really buying many small collections anymore. I'm waiting for that, one to two big purchases every so often, and taking a lot of time and going through that, grading, selling, the whole thing. So this is a collection I bought probably about 3 weeks ago. I've pretty much sorted through a lot of it, sold a little bit of it, separated it by cards I want to keep that I kept, cards that I'm grading, cards that I'm doing an auction, and then cards that I'm selling singles. And I'll show you, kind of walk you through that. But first, I want to talk about the collection story. It'll be pretty short. Saw this near mint collection on Facebook, thousands and thousands of cards, binders on binders. I think he had like 12 binders. Won't mention the price now. I'll go over that in another video later down the line. Basically, I cut down the price probably about 40% of what he was asking for. As you know, the market in early June and even now it was on the downtrend, so I was able to get a good deal for it. So got him down to a decent amount. I actually paid for him to travel out here because I didn't want to have to worry about shipping and all that happens with that. So he came into the city where I'm at, Austin, Texas. We met at my bank of choice. Went through the cards, and that's where when you think you're getting a really good deal, you're like, and you go and look at the cards and they're not as mint as was described and as you saw. As you can imagine, I wasn't able to get back pictures for thousands and thousands of cards. So got back pictures for a lot of them and then kind of assumed that was the rest of the collection, but it wasn't as mint as it was. And as you see, I'll show you a couple collections that I wanted to grade, but now they're not the condition I wanted them in. I'm going to just sell as auctions or singles. And so, but it was still a great deal. There's still a lot of value in here. And there's also a lot of cards that I want that I'll go over first that I wish he would have sold separately, but he wouldn't sell them separately. So made the deal happen, closed the deal, wrote him a check, left, went home and looked through the collection. And so with that, let's get into it. So this first one is not one that was in the collection, but it is a card that I got recently as well. As you can see, there's the lighting on that. Pretty good condition. But yeah, so I'll just put that there for kind of like show. I'll just keep it right there. But Storm from Charizard reprint of the base set, of course, and it's iconic. And then, so here's what I wanted. So he had the full shiny set, near mint to mint condition, and thankfully 90% of it was actually near mint. The only one that wasn't was Rayquaza, and it was actually pretty much played condition. So, and you'll see it in the stack here. I'm not keeping that one because I'm trying to get kind of near mint to mint, at least PSA 8 and Call of Legends, and then kind of work my way up. But yeah, so obviously the big one of them all, kind of have it here to showcase. I'm not sure if you're able to see this lighting. Sorry, y'all. Still new to YouTube. But yeah, so Deoxys, Dialga, Entei, Groudon, Ho-Oh, Kalagra, Palkia, Raikou, Suicune. And so pretty much, and I also actually have a Rayquaza at PSA right now. So hopefully when I sent that in, it was pretty minty. So hopefully it's going to be a good grade. So that's the part of the collection that, the Call of Legend shinies that I kept. So the rest of the cards that I kept that I'm not showing off because I already kind of put them away in their respective piles, all my Gen 4 stuff. So there were about 20 Gen 4 level X's that were near mint to mint. There were about 8 Gen 4 primes. There were about 12 Gen 4 legends in the secret rare reprints. There were about 66 Gen 4 holo rares and then 21 Gen 4 reverse holo rares. As you all can remember, my goal was to do a full, complete master set of all the PSA, all the primes, secret rares, ultra rares, level X's, all those cards, as well as all the holo rares in all 16 sets from Gen 4, and then all the reverse holo rares. And so every chance I get to find a collection, I try to piece those out and take them, so that way I can grade those later. There's 2 Call of Legends energies. There were 6 Gen 4 promos and Japanese cards. There was 5 black and white secret rares, and there were about 95 Gen 5 and 6 EX and full art lots, card lots of cards. So basically, you know, Gen 5 and 6, you know, I'm probably gonna eventually have another goal of like doing a full EX and full art. And so I'm like, you know, let me just, if they're in mint condition, I'll just keep them, hold them. And if I decide to collect them, I'll have a good start on it. If not, I'll be able to just sell them later on down the line. So yeah, so that was all the cards that I kept. So let's move on to grading. And I'm gonna move this right over here. So, you know, usually when I buy collections, I try to grade as much as I can. But as you know, with PSA, the backlog, and then also with kind of the market shifting, and a lot of more people like binder collections as well. And so, you know, I enjoy like delighting customers and on my eBay. And so I, you know, like not everybody wants a PSA 5 Blastoise, right? But they'll take a played Blastoise. And so, yeah, I might be losing a little bit of cash on each deal, but I think that's, you know, I'm not the kind of collector or investor or flipper, whatever you want to call it, that part of it, who tries to eke out every single percent of margins. I have a great job and I do this so I'm able to kind of fund my collection purchases. And so I'm okay with selling stuff raw that probably should be graded to allow someone else to get that extra margin and allow someone else to enjoy that and be happy. And, you know, build my kind of brand in eBay and just kind of my presence on kind of across the social media. And so I do it as a gesture, just, you know, something they teach you in startups. And, you know, your whole goal is to delight customers, right? Yes, you want to make money, but you also want to make sure that your customers are happy. So let's run through it. So Topps Pikachu, I just kind of want these because I don't have much of Topps. I have some sealed, but Topps Mewtwo, Aerodactyl, and here's a square cut. Yes, it's base set, but here's a square cut one, Mewtwo. And so, in decent condition. Probably, I'm not even gonna think about it. The corners kind of have like a little, you know, with the square cuts, it's kind of hard to keep the corners in a good shape. And then here goes my Shadowless. So this is part of the Shadowless set. These are like, I mean, some of them are near mint, but most aren't. But yeah, Alakazam, there's 2 Blastoise, 1 is near mint, 1 is not. Or 3 Blastoises, yeah, 1 is near mint, 2 are not. And here's 2 Shadowless. You know, when I saw this collection, I was like, oh, these are gonna be near mint. And nope, this is, you know, maybe PSA 5, 6 at best, 5. And then this one is like, just raggedy. So basically, who knows? I wanted to probably do like it's not PSA 1, but I would love to do a PSA 1. I know there's a lot of people that collect that. Hitmonchan, Machamp, Magneton. Here's another Shadowless Mewtwo, Ninetales, Poliwrath, Raichu, then 2 Venusaurs. What's good, y'all? I'm back. Had a little bit of user error. Actually, I hit a button on my phone and close out the video. So here's part 2. Zapdos, Shadowless, as you can see. And then I have a Shadowless Pikachu Red Cheeks, and I have a Shadowless Yellow Cheeks Ghost Pikachu first edition. But if you can see on the right side, you see that right here? It's a crease. Didn't notice till now, but you know what? I don't know how I feel about that now, but we'll work on that later. All right. And then there is a Alakazam box topper. Don't really have any, you know, like top loaders or anything that could fit in them, so I just kind of throw it in a large team bag and hope for the best. All right, so let's put that there. Let's get on to this next section. You're gonna like this one. All right, so first edition Dragonite. This one was in okay condition, probably a 7. There's a lot at the bottom. Sorry, there's a bunch of dust on it. And then here's the 2 other cards that I was looking forward to getting. This one's in pretty good, I wouldn't say pretty good. I would say it's okay condition. So much dust. Yeah, you can see that. This one is probably a PSA 1. You can see there's like, I don't know if you can see it, there's a lot of bends in it. But like I said, there are some PSA 1 collectors, and I might be one in the future myself. So I figured, you know what, why not grade it? Those are hard to come by. First edition Dark Blastoise, first edition Erica Venusaur, Misty Skulduck, and then some you know, good old Blastoise, Venusaur, Legendary Collection, Charizard base set 2, E3 Pikachu, you know, Umbreon, Great Art, Espeon, and of course you gotta have one of these. Those are all fairly decent condition, you know, and then we get into some of the ones that I don't really collect, but I know there's a lot of Gen 3 collectors out there. Alakazam. Hold on, let me get there. Charmander Reverse Hollow. Got Aggron. Dragonite. Charmander Reverse Hollow Crystal Guardians. Typhlosion Neogenesis. Shining Magikarp. Shining Gyarados. Oh yeah, I had a full Neogenesis Unlimited set, and that's where these came from. Yeah, I'm grading most of the hollows, but I sold the commons and uncommons. Celebi, Entei, Ho-Oh, Houndoom, Magneton, the Raikou, Suicune, move the stack. Another Dragonite, a Dark Dragonite. Another one, but unlimited. Dark Transfusion, another one, but Team Rocket returns. As you can see, Pikachu W stamp. There's a bunch of these. Misty, Psyduck, War Turtle, Vulpix, another War Turtle, Mewtwo base set 2, Blaine's Arcanine, Japanese, Mew, Zumaro, Kabutops, Sableye, Ursaring. Sorry if I'm going kind of fast. There's a lot to get through. Sudowoodo, might grade this and send it to my good friend James. I know you like Sudowoodo. This one looks kind of angry. But yeah. Umbreon, love this card. This is from XY. I think I remember Pat doing, was it Pat? Or was it Squeak? Someone doing like a guess this card price. I don't know, I may have it wrong, but someone was doing this and one of those cards was there and someone guessed and it was like way off. They thought it was like a $5 card, but this is actually like a $30 to $40 card. Mew, everybody wants this one. 40 promo. Seadra, Dragon Frontiers Reverse Hollows, Deoxys Reverse Hollows, Vileplume, Aerodactyl, Altaria Reverse Hollow, Fortress Reverse Hollow, Pichu Reverse Hollow, Aggron, Team Magma's Aggron, got a Ninetales, Armaldo, Metagross, Nidoqueen, and a Ninetales. So that's about, we've been through probably about a little bit more than half of the cards I'm grading. There was like 138 total that I'm grading out of this. So you can imagine what I'm not grading. If I told you there was thousands of cards. So here's the final grading stat. There's a lot of Japanese coming up, so get the Japanese Stoice. We almost Pikachu, and fairly, yeah. You got Japanese Light Jolteon, Hitmonlee, you got Japanese Aerodactyl, you got a Marowak, Melodic, Rayquaza, Pikachu, Hollow, Deoxys, Japanese Machamp, Japanese Hypno, Japanese Haunter, Japanese Dark Hypno, Japanese Rocket Smoltres, Japanese Dark Golbat, Japanese Dark Alakazam, big boy, Japanese Charizard, Japanese, another big boy, Japanese Lugia, Snorlax, Lugia EX. So this one, there's 2 of them in here. This one's the cleaner of them. Probably an 8. There's like a, I don't know if you can see it up there, centering. Yeah, you can see it's like way more on this side. 7, 8, I don't know. Kingdra, H14, Gengar, amazing. And then here's the other one I was telling you about. It's pretty beat up. I don't know if you can see it, but there's a lot of bends in it. So this is probably another PSA 1. The backs probably can see a lot better. Rayquaza, Castform, Flareon Reverse, Mewtwo. Look at that card. Metagross, another one. Slowking Reverse, Mewtwo EX. And now here's coming a bunch of Mew-X. Let me move these out the way. So here we go. A lot of EX cards. All fairly decent condition. So a lot of these cards are good condition. So the whole thing wasn't like not decent condition. A lot of these are near mint, mostly. Jirachi EX, Electabuzz, Scyther EX. Oops, sorry. Let me get into the camera screen. The view. I got a Swampert EX, Regice, Magmar EX, Raichu EX, Exploud EX. I got a first edition Dark Charizard. I feel like I have a few of these. First edition Dark Dragonite. Another first edition Dark Blastoise. Another first edition Dark Slowbro. Another first edition Dark Magneton. And get ready for some tops. So you got a Tops Pikachu. We got this one, which is one of the legends. Tops 1 Legends from Mewtwo Strikes Back. I'm losing my place. So this is really cool. I haven't seen these very often. So Pokemon Stadium Blastoise. This is really cool to find this in a collection. So Danon, which is didn't realize they did cards and they sponsor cards, but they did back then. So yeah, Pokemon Stadium Blastoise. Probably not the best condition. There's some nicks on the corners, but be good to just have it. And then here's another one. Danon, but Pokemon Stadium, Venusaur, and then here's a Pikachu. And then obviously the Topps Chrome Charizard. And this beauty right here. Yeah. So that one's in decent condition. And then these, I feel like if I was a kid, I would just like poke this out of the little thing. As you can see, there's like the little, so still intact, pop-up Charizard. I think there's like 4 in PSA graded. I don't think there was any 10s. This is definitely not a 10. This is probably a 6, 7. I don't know how they grade these cards, but it'd be closer to how they grade baseball cards, I guess, than Pokemon. Because of the square corners, but just the material they use. New friends and farewells. And of course, you gotta have the Ash Ketchum. So that's all the cards that oops, sorry, shook that thing. That is all the cards that I'm sending off to grading. So as you can imagine, there's a lot of cards that I'm not sending. I'm not sure if, we might go through all of it. What's the time? Oof, it's kind of getting longer, but all right, so that's all my grading. So let's talk about my auctions now. So I've been running auctions for a few weeks for a few of the cards in the collection. So I've already sold a base set 2 complete set last weekend, along with a few other things. I do have a complete, almost complete actually, 90, what is it, 90, I'm looking right now, 98 of the 102 for base set Shadowless. And so I'm just gonna show you the holos because I don't wanna go through everything. So these aren't in the best condition, LP to MP for sure. But it's 98% of the work, right? You just gotta get 4 more cards. The Charizard, the Venusaur, the Blastoise, and the Zapdos. No. I'll figure it out. So yeah, Clefairy, Hitmonchan, Magneton, Mewtwo, Shadowless, Pyrorath, Zapdos, King, Ninetales. So this is actually on auction now, and it ends on Sunday. So full, 98 out of 102. So that one. And then I have another kind of 4-card one that I decided I wasn't going to grade. So another Alakazam, Shadowless, Nidoking, Mewtwo, and Gyarados, and I sell them together. And like I said, I could probably get higher end dollar by either grading them or just selling those singles. But I enjoy, like I said, helping, people complete collections. And so like someone sees this and they see, they can get, 4 Shadowless cards. And, yeah, each card individually might be like $40, $50 or whatever the price is, but they buy them all together and they make it up for $150. And instead of me being, upset, I'm like, all right, yeah, I gave someone a deal. They got the cards they needed and things like that. And so, I'll do that every once in a while. Not every single thing, obviously, because I got to make sure that I at least make my cost back after I take all the cards that I want out, which is, I took a lot of cards out, like the whole shiny set and all those Gen 4, so I need to make some decent money back. So, all right, here's, I actually have a Team Rocket full set as well, complete set. So here's all the holos: Dark Raichu, Alakazam, Unlimited, Dark Arbok, Blastoise, Dark Charizard, Dark Dragonite, Dark Trio, Golbat, Gyarados, Hypno, Machamp, Magneton, Slowbro, Vileplume, Weezing. So many holos in the set. Here comes Team Rocket, Energy, Sneak Attack. So yeah, so I have this one as well. This is actually probably one of my most watched ones, and it's ending Sunday as well. And so how I do auctions, I usually do them on to end on Sundays. Just because I've tried a few things, and I feel like Sundays for me is the best, and it's also easy for me because, you know, when I do auctions, I do a lot of auctions. So, you know, I can have like 60 auctions going on, and I have them batched, and so, you know, that's a lot of stuff to do. And so for ending on Sunday, I can spend either Sunday late evening when people finally pay, or Monday morning when everybody pays, start getting those orders together. And I do have a decent amount of loyal people that follow me on eBay, and so they buy a lot. And so it helps when one guy buys 21 auctions that I had last weekend going for mostly Dominant Pearl, Reverse Holo rares, right? You know, I put 4 or 5 in there. And so, you know, my auctions are kind of random, right? So, you know, like I'll have a decent amount. Like these are all Reverse Holo XY Evolutions. Here's some Platinum Supreme Victors Reverse Holos that are in here. And so these are just ones that are Reverse Holos and Holos. And then, you know, like a couple different sets. I have some Trainer Full Arts that I'm doing in auctions. I have some GX, some EX, some, you know, Reverse Holo stamps. And then I have some Pikachu. You know, the promos. I have Pikachu, Pichu, and then a Flying Pikachu promo. And so, like I said, I can easily sell these individually, you know, and make a decent amount of money. But I like doing them in batch auctions. And so yeah, that was just like one row. I have actually 173 stacks going up over the next few weeks. And so, like I said, my strategy, I usually put, you know, 4 to 5 cards in there, and those cards are usually anything that's less than $15. You know, I'm not like, you know, less than 15, sometimes less than 20. I'll put like 3 to 4 cards in there, and that are like, you know, most of the time they're average like $5. So my goal is to make like $15 to $20 per one, and shipping is, you know, $4. Anything less than 20, it's usually $1. If I think that auction's gonna end under 20, I'll just give them the $1 shipping, and I'll put them on the eBay thing. And then I also combine shipping to where it's $4 total. And so I think that's really, you know, people enjoy that. People are surprised, like, oh, I bought 20 auctions and you're only charging me $4 shipping. You know, it's $4 cards in each, you know, times 20 auctions, you know, 80 cards. I can probably fit that in you know, in a first class mailer, right? So I do it a lot, and how I do it is I usually do a 10-day. And what I've learned is I actually start on a Thursday and I let it go through Sunday. But what I do is on the next week, I actually list a whole bunch of another group of auctions on that Thursday. So what happens is on that Thursday to Sunday, all the people who are watching my first set of auctions now see my second set of auctions, and now they start watching. And so now I'm getting additional eyes on my new auctions because all the people who are on my old auctions are coming back. And so, you know, for example, some of my auctions, you know, I'm a small fish, and so some people are getting thousands and thousands of views, but like for me, like 200 views is a lot, right? And so one of my auctions, I did that. I had a bunch of auctions and I listed, and it has like, right now it's up to like 550 views with like 60 saves. And so, but a lot of that traffic is coming from other people who are bidding on my other auctions that see it. And so that's a trick that I'm doing where it's like for example, I have these 173 auctions. I'm going to list 89 of them, not this Sunday because of, not this Thursday, which is what I'm recording today because of 4th of July, but the next Thursday, I'm going to list them, and they're going to end on that second Sunday in July. And then what I'll do is that first Thursday in July, I'm going to list my next group and let them catch that wave. And so that's been really working well for me. You know, pretty much I'm averaging about $20 to $25 per auction on the auctions that I do across the board. And, you know, this is 173 auctions. So you can imagine $20 to $25 per 173 if I average that on average. And so some of them are going to go more like the Shadowless set. Like, you know, this is, you know, probably going to sell for, you know, I don't know, but we'll see. Team Rocket's already up like that to like 600 or something. So we'll see where that ends at. I mean, I know prices are down a little bit. So that's pretty much auctions. And so finally, I'm not going to show you everything, as you can see. So back here's, so those are all graded. This is what I kept. The shinies are what I kept. I just showed you some of my auctions, and I have 173 of those. And then these are all the singles that I have to sell. And there's a lot of hitters in here. These are most of these cards are over $20. Most of them are over $50, right? I didn't want to grade all of them, right? So I'm selling them singles. And so I'm actually going to, like, I guess collect the con this weekend. And I was like, let me bring some cards along with me. So I kind of looked through it and took some of the best ones out that I like and that, I could use for trades or whatever. As you know, I'm a Gen 4 collector or a Gen 4 through 6 packs or Greninja. So, like, anything else, it's cool, but, like, I'm probably going to trade it and sell it to get what I want. So I'm going to try to run through these. Sorry they're not in top loaders or card savers. I know people are probably like, but yeah. So Espeon Deoxys, some Frostmount, some gold cards, Rare Candy, Mount Coronet, Scoop Up, Galarian Berserker, Quick Ball, Orangu, Rayquaza GX, fairly decent condition. I know this card is a heavy hitter. Misty's Favor, Archie's Ace in a Hole, Bianca, Sonia, and this is another big hitter, which I didn't realize Lucario, but it's Lucario. So Lucario GX, Ho-Oh GX. I keep wanting to say Ho-Ho. Dialga GX, Blaziken GX, Lily Full Art. Another Lily Full Art. I don't get these full arts, but hey. Acerola Full Art, Bill's Maintenance, TV Reporter, Whitney, Professor's Research, some EXs, some Primes. And then here's that Call of Legends one that I was telling you about. It's honestly not terrible. Actually, is there a bend in it? I don't want to bend it myself. But like the edges are frayed, like on the edges. I don't know. I probably could keep it, but like maybe someone will get a good deal on this whenever I do sell it or trade it. Infernape, promo, Level X promo, Heatran. I already have a lot of these, so I'm kind of selling them regardless of the condition because I have a bunch of these. Gengar Prime. Don't know why I'm selling this one. It's I think I have 4 of these already. Maybe that's why I'm selling it. It doesn't make sense to keep grading those and give somebody else opportunity to grade. Porygon Z, Empoleon, Torterra, Lucario, Tangrowth, Torterra, Lactivir. So as you can see, there's a variety. So it'd be a good variety of stuff. Legend, the bottom, Ho-Oh Legend, Suicune Legend, Raikou Suicune Legend. And then this is French? Yeah, sure. And then Versus Series, I already have all these cards already, and they're at PSA. So decided, maybe I'll sell to someone who's looking to complete a collection. So Dragonite, Gyarados, Rapidash, yeah, and then the big one, Charizard, Cloyster, and then some other, just decent cards, but I don't want to spend time grading all these because it's a lot. Vileplume, Kingler, a bunch of Charizards, of course, and all like PSA 8, 9 condition. Some scratches, Venusaurs, Entei, and then first edition Typhlosion, of course. People think I should grade it, but I'm like, it's a bunch of scratches on it. I feel like someone else probably wants it for buying a collection, so like, there you go. Verse Hollows, Legendary Collection. This Gengar, I remember there was one in PSA 10 that sold for over 10K on PWCC. I was hoping this was mint. It's not, so yeah. Hypno, Muck. There's a Dark Golbat. These are first editions. First edition Jolteon. I know Legitimate Pokemon likes them, but this is not in the best shape. But yeah, if you want it, let me know. First edition Flareon, Slowbro, Dugtrio, and then Venusaur, and then some Southern Line promos, and then Japanese. Sorry, I keep hitting this thing. Let me move these now. Venusaur, Blastoise, Space at 2, another Charizard, another Venus. So I got a bunch of these Venusaurs, Legendary Collection, first edition, but German. Charizard V shiny. This card is one of the top graded cards of all time, and yes, in a year. Actually, yes, I sent a few in earlier, and I still haven't gotten it back. Special delivery Pikachu. I'm kind of like, I just don't want to send it back and send it in. It's sealed still, so I'm gonna give it to someone, I guess. Final Stretch, Dragonite EX, Zapdos H32, Swampert EX. Remember I had a few getting graded. McDonald's Charmander, non-chrome kind of tops, and these are some full art EXs. Zarkon Gold, Mewtwo, Venusaur, Alakazam, Hypno, for Alligator, another Via, so many of these. Counter promos, Charizard base at 2, Charizard XY, Charizard Reverse, Reshiram XY, Blastoise, Giovanni Scheme, Reshiram Full Art, Lugia EX, Espeon, Dark Dragonite, Deoxys EX, yes, Shiftry EX, Meganeme EX, Muck EX, Chansey EX, Muck EX again, Lapras EX, Cradily, Aggron, Aerodactyl, Swampert, Electabuzz, Chansey. Then I have 2 shiny Kubotas, but these are like bad. One is better than the other one, but as you can see, they're moderately to heavy plated. I'm pretty like strict on my grading. I usually, when I list stuff on eBay, it's usually a grade down, which a lot of people are surprised. Like, hey, your cards are pretty near mint when I call them lightly played, just because that's how I am, and that's how I kind of look at grading cards. I'm more strict than usual. So, yeah, and then I have this whole things, I don't know, a couple hundred in here that are, you know, $20 to $40 in that range of cards. And so, yeah, there's a lot here. But yeah, so I think that's it for this video. You know, a friend of mine also recently bought a large Pokemon collection, and so now we're doing a battle to see who made the better collection purchase. So, you know, how did I do? What do you think I paid for this? It's definitely 5 figures. But I'm not gonna say what it is yet. I'll do that later on. So, you know, I'll do part 2 of these once all these cards come back in, you know, 2023 or 2024 from PSA. You know, all the auctions are gonna be probably sold over the next few weeks. You know, these singles I'll probably sell off over the next year. I'm not in a rush. Like I said, I've kind of built my way up to where like I can hold collection for a while. So like I'm not like you know, gonna just sell because people are saying the market's tanking, and YouTubers are like, the market's tanking, so I'm gonna hold and I'll sell those over time as I can. There will still be good deals to be had, but I'm not gonna just like fire sale everything. So once I sell off all those, once I grade all these and then figure out what I'm selling, what I'm keeping, all the auctions will be gone pretty soon. Once I do all that, I will do I'll do a recap, what I paid for it, and then what I sold it for and how much. And so I know what there's a YouTuber called, one of my favorite YouTubers to watch, called Baseball Card Collector, Investor, and Dealer. He does this a lot where he would like go through his past, and he's been doing this for decades. And so like he has great stories. He has a phenomenal storytelling to those stories. And so like, you know, I'm kind of emulating him and kind of taking some of his things and kind of doing that for Pokemon. So we'll do that recap. We'll have a spreadsheet and we'll do all that stuff when that time comes. Who knows? It could be 2023, 2024. Who knows when I'll get that back and be able to turn that over. So yeah, it's a long wait, but it'll be fine. And I think I kept y'all long enough. Thanks, y'all. Peace.